Welcome, everyone. I'm Stephanie Ann Johnson, host of KNKX's Groove Yard show. We're glad you can join us for a special studio session during Black History Month with African American Cultural Ensemble, or ACE, who are from the Northwest African American Museum, or NAM. Before we get into the music, we're going to kick off the evening with my conversation with some folks who are integral to the work of ACE and NAM. We have got Lanisha DeBartoleben, who is NAM's president and CEO. We've got Jason Turner, NAM's education coordinator and ACE's lead music director. And we've also got Kent Stevenson, ACE's co-music director. Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you for having us. We're happy to be here.
So I'm actually very excited to be here talking to you. So I'm going to give a brief interview here with Lanisha DeBartoleben, and just to give you a little taste of her CV, she holds 3 master's degrees and serves as national president for the Association of African American Museums. She has experience with museums and libraries in Kenya, in Ghana, South Africa, England, Germany, and Israel. She's also involved in both the International Council of Museums and the International Women's Forum. Lanisha, my goodness. Black Excellence has entered the chat.
Oh, Stephanie, thank you. It's such a delight to be here with you. Thank you for having us with you today.
Of course, of course. So I have a couple questions. The first, can you explain the mission of the Northwest African American Museum and how it fits in and connects with community in the region?
Well, happy Black History Month to you and to all of the listeners. The Northwest African American Museum is really a museum with a major mission, and that is to spread knowledge, appreciation, enjoyment, and understanding of the African American experience here in the Pacific Northwest. We use Black history, art, and culture to really empower, inform, and inspire our regional community. We uplift Black lives, Black brilliance, Black excellence, Black wellness, 365 days a year. This museum is really a gem in the cultural landscape of our region. We use exhibitions and programs to help people to disrupt and dismantle systemic and structural racism where it exists. And we empower people to challenge, critique, and change existing systems of inequity. We're committed to anti-racist education. Education is at the core and center of who we are and what we do as a museum. And we're striving to advance justice and equity, cultivate educational empowerment, and center and celebrate Black arts and all of its beauty, Black culture, and Black heritage. We partner with well over 100 partners every year at the local, statewide, regional, and national level to fulfill our mission. We're quite an empowering and empowered place of culture, art, and education.
Well, my goodness, that was such a blessing to receive. Thank you so much. Second question, what are a couple of exciting events or programs that the museum is working on that you'd like to share with any of our listeners?
We are working on so much at the Northwest African American Museum, Stephanie. Our calendar is robust year-round. We kick off the year in January with an annual King Day celebration, and February is our single busiest month of the year. And then we have coming up Women's History Month. We commemorate and celebrate Malcolm X Day in May, and Juneteenth in June is one of our most robust programs for the public. We close out the year every year with a very fun Black Santa for families, and a really significant Kwanzaa program at the end of the year. And at all points throughout the year, there is really something for everyone at the Northwest African American Museum. We commemorate Grandparents' Day and we honor African American elders. We have an HBCU day for middle and high school students and their families to learn about the power of historically Black colleges and universities. There is always something for everyone here. And so, some things that are coming up here at NAM that we'd love to share about includes our Knowledge is Power book giveaway. We've taken our reading room and our cultural literacy program on the road, and we pop up in communities throughout this region, and we distribute free, new, beautifully illustrated African American children's books so that our children and all children can see who they are and who they can be. And so we have just wonderful books that are a part of that program. We're excited about our Descendants series. We have coming up in April a conversation with a direct descendant of Frederick Douglass and Booker T. Washington. He'll be telling us about his family history and the iconic influence that those individuals made upon American history. The descendant of Frederick Douglass and Booker T. Washington. That is one of the plethora of upcoming exciting programs that we have here at the museum. There's so much more. And we just invite folks to tune into our website and follow us on social media to keep up with the Northwest African American Museum.
Oh, that's so incredible. Thank you so much, Lanisha. I already mentioned this incredible human, but I'll tell you a little bit more about Jason Turner, who is NAM's education coordinator and ACE's lead musical director. Jason studied communications and music composition, taught and performed music for Seattle and public and private events in schools, and has conducted and written original compositions for theater and recording artists. Jason, welcome. Oh, I believe you're still muted.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for having me today. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. So before we get into the choir, can you talk about the education initiatives at NAM?
Yes, I work with Rachel Collins, who is our education director, and I am the coordinator. And together we put forth lots of programs that are hopefully engaging for the community and for the greater Seattle area and the Pacific Northwest and the world. And a lot of some of our upcoming programs, some of our substantial programs that we have now are our KIP giveaway, KIP book giveaway that Lanisha just talked about. And then we also have our story time, our interactive story time. And with each one of those story times, there's a little lesson in there. And then also at the end, we go and visit a Black business in the community on site, remote from the museum. And we get a chance to engage with business owners and show young people that they can dream to own businesses and achieve those goals as well. So we just love being able to communicate with the community and showing those kinds of things. We've got a whole bunch of other stuff going on, but those are some of the things that are happening.
Fantastic. Now, when you talk about choirs in the region, people will know about Pat Wright's Total Experience Gospel Choir. Yes. Can you talk about the founding of ACE and how ACE continues Pat Wright's legacy?
Well, yes. And first of all, let me just start by saying I was a member of the Total Experience. Should I tell my age? Back in the original days. When the Total Experience first started, and I, got such a great education from Pat Wright. Pat Wright was just a huge inspiration, and as well as Kent Stevenson as well, who is with us today. But we'll talk a little bit more about that later, but yes. And one of the great things about ACE is that some of the choir members of ACE are former choir members of the Total Experience, which is great. So the music, the style, incorporating gospel, and that kind of thing. We just love the influence of Pat Wright and the Total Experience, and we are so happy to have had her be one of our main influences of all time.
That's so fantastic. So last question for you. What do you see as your vision for the future of ACE?
Well, I think ACE is a liaison for the museum. We go out and spread the good news to the community in a time when sometimes things seem a little hopeless with some inequalities and inequities in society. We spread the message of hope and the message of love and through our music and joy and peace. And so our goal is always to represent NAM with a wonderful message of hope for the community and for the world.
Oh, that's absolutely beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jason Turner. All right, our last incredible human on this call to be talking to is Kent Stevens. This is ACE's co-music director. We have a longtime Seattle musician, composer, arranger, and music educator in the house. He has performed in numerous local theater and choir productions, composes music for choir, theater, and children's performances, and is music director at the 12 noon gospel mass at Seattle's St. Therese Church. Welcome so much, Kent Stevens.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm honored to be here with you.
Me too. Thank you so much. I feel really blessed to be here in this meeting of incredible people right now. So as the co-director of the cultural ensemble, Kent, what do you enjoy the most in working with singers?
As a music educator, and I guess with all educators, the joy comes in seeing the result of all of your hard work being made manifest in a beautiful product, which is the completion of a song. To take just the very basics of a song, a few lyrics and the music, and present it to the group, how it's refined, how it's changed and altered to a final product. We at ACE are fortunate in that we have excellent singers who are experienced, who are from various parts of the community and are eager to sing and are very talented. So the whole process is a joy from the beginning to the end. Also, ACE is following something of a historic precedent with the HBCUs during Reconstruction in the late 1850s and 60s. At the dawn of the HBCUs, choirs of those schools were the emissaries of the school to fundraise and also to, like Jason said, spread the good word about this miracle, which was an institution of higher learning for African Americans, which at that time was a revolutionary invention, I suppose. And these choirs toured the United States and Europe and put the names of these colleges on the map as such. So the ACE choir does the same kind of thing. We represent ACE, we represent NAM, and all the various programs that are vital to the community. And we are a living element that represents NAM in the community through the joy of music, which can reach everyone.
That's beautiful. That's such a beautiful message. All right, here's my next question. Is there anything working with this group of singers that you take back with you to your other projects?
Yes, as I said, because these are experienced singers and they believe what they're doing. They come ready to present and ready to represent. And so it's that energy that energizes me. I teach K-5 music at St. Therese Catholic Academy. So I'm around children all the time and learning and teaching. So I'm inspired even through the rehearsals, coming from a rehearsal, an ACE rehearsal. It's how do I say this politely? It's joyously tiring. You know, it's work, but it's joy work. And so that is what energizes me in a lot of my other projects.
That's absolutely fantastic. All right, last question. To be able to hear a live performance of people in the same room is much needed in our mask wearing, social distancing type of world. How did the pandemic affect you in your work with choirs? Like, what did you learn?
Well, we learned how to, with the rest of the world, how to adjust to an alternative way of communicating through Zoom and through the virtual world. There's two sides to that. The unfortunate thing is that you're not there live with your audience, but the fortunate thing is we reach so many people through the virtual world, folks that would not be able to come to a live performance, folks who are far away. I have had persons from other parts of the country who have seen the videos of this choir and contacted me. They didn't know we had an African American museum in Seattle. And so therein lies the proof that an entity like the choir is very viable and very vital, I think, to this institution. And we very well may be the only African American museum in the country with a choir. I don't know if that's true, but I think we're probably one of the first.
I'll take it. That sounds really fantastic. Thank you so much, Jason. Thank you, Kent. Thank you, Lanisha, and everyone at the Northwest African American Museum for helping us put together this presentation. We're going to let you go and get in place for the performance with the African American Cultural Ensemble. And thank you all for joining us tonight for Lift Every Voice and Sing. Tonight's presentation is a combination of live and pre-recorded performance. You can find out more about ACE and how you can support the museum on the slideshow and also in the chat following the event. And now, on behalf of KNKX, it is my pleasure to bring you performances by ACE from the Northwest African American Museum.
Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. I'm just sitting here in this jail, waiting for someone to make my bell. Keep your eyes on the prize. dying, come on.
Come on.
And if you're tired of people crying, come on.
Come on.
Tired of people fighting, come on.
Come on.
And if you're tired of people lying, come on.
Come on.
All the people in the world, come on.
Come on.
Every boy, every girl, come on.
Come on.
And if you know that it's over when God says it's over, come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on. Someday.
To come together
Right now.
join together as one.
Right now.
We have hope things are gonna get better.
Right now.
All you gotta do is believe.
Right now.
Right now, right now, right now.
Thanks so much for joining us for this uplifting and inspirational evening of music and conversation. Check out the slideshow that follows for information about how to support the Northwest African American Museum and ACE. Thanks again to Jason Turner, Kent Stevenson, and Lanisha DeBarda-Laban. I'd also like to thank the tech crew from Emerald City Community Seventh-day Adventist Church in Seattle, Angela Vega and Robert Bird. And thanks to KNKX's team, Parker Blome, Adrian Flores, and Brenda Goldstein Young. Special thanks to KNKX Director of Music and Programming, Carol Handley. Tonight's event will be available soon on KNKX's YouTube channel. Your support makes KNKX's jazz, blues, and news programming and virtual events possible. We're proud of the virtual music and civic events we've presented over the last year. Stay tuned for details about a couple more exclusive KNKX studio sessions that will be available online in the coming weeks, including a performance by Joey DiFrancesco Trio from Demetrio's Jazz Alley. We hope you're enjoying KNKX's Black History Month celebration of 100 jazz artists, the groundbreakers, the innovators who've contributed so much to this Black American art form. Listen during our midday jazz and evening jazz programs. And you can catch me, Stephanie Ann Johnson, on KNKX's Groove Yard show every Saturday afternoon from 1 to 4 p.m. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.